Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over the Chase Sapphire Reserve Card. Now the Chase Sapphire Reserve Card, when it first came out, was praised a lot and put up at the top as being considered one of the best credit cards out there. But now that there are new credit cards that have been added to the game and also older credit cards that have added new benefits to them, is the Chase Sapphire Reserve Card still worth getting in 2023 or worth keeping in 2023? In this video, I'm going to go over the benefits of the card, I'm going to compare it to other cards, and then hopefully by the end of the video, you can determine whether or not it makes sense for you to keep this card or to even apply for this card moving to the future. Now let's do a review of this card. First, let's look at the sign-up bonus. Now the sign-up bonus for this card is typically 50 or 60,000 ultimate reward points after you end up spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. Now there actually has been an elevated offer all the way up to 80,000 ultimate reward points after you end up spending 4,000 in the first 3 months, but as of releasing this video, that offer should be gone, so typically the offer is going to be 50 or 60,000 ultimate reward points. Now let's look at earning potential with this card. Now this card has a bunch of different categories where you can earn multipliers in. The first one is going to be 3x back on all travel you're going to get. You're also going to get 3x back on dining. You're going to get yourself 10x back when you end up booking with hotels through Chase's Ultimate Rewards, and also when you end up booking car rentals through Chase's Ultimate Rewards. You're going to get yourself 5x back when you end up booking flights through Chase's Ultimate Rewards. You're going to get yourself 10x back when you end up booking with Lyft using your Chase Sapphire Reserve. And then you're going to get yourself 1x back on all the purchases. This card definitely has the potential to give you a lot of points if you are a high spender. Now this card does have a $550 annual fee that's connected to it. However, to help offset that, you're going to get yourself a $300 travel credit that's going to give you reimbursements of your first $300 in travel purchases. Additionally, with having this card, you're going to get Priority Pass. And having Priority Pass is going to give you access to 1,300 airport lounges that are within Priority Pass's network. Another key benefit with this card is that you're going to get yourself 50% redemption value when redeeming through Chase Ultimate Rewards. Now, normally people think of points being worth 1 cent equals 1 point. So if you happen to have 100,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points, it ends up equaling $1,000. But if you end up actually redeeming those 100,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points through Chase's Ultimate Rewards travel portal with your Chase Sapphire Reserve Card, then you actually end up getting yourself $1,500 in value through travel purchases. And also with this card, you can get yourself a $10 monthly statement credit to GoPuff. You can get yourself DoorDash, DoorPass, complimentary subscription service, and also you can get yourself a 1-year complimentary subscription service to Instacart's Insta Plus. And lastly, this card's going to have travel protection benefits and no foreign transaction fees. Okay, so now that we went over the different benefits of the Chase Sapphire Reserve, how does this card compare to the new kid on the block being the Capital One Venture X card? Well, the Venture X card has an annual fee, but it is much lower, coming in at $395. Now, when it comes to the credits connected with the Venture X, you end up getting yourself a $300 travel credit, very similar to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The difference is that you only get this when redeeming through Capital One's travel portal, and you also get yourself 10,000 Venture X miles when renewing the card, which can end up being $100 in value. Now, this card also actually gives you Priority Pass access, and when it comes to earning potential, you're going to get yourself 2x back on all travel purchases, 10x back when you end up purchasing car rentals and hotels through Capital One's travel portal, and then 5x back when you end up booking flights through Capital One's travel portal. So as you can see, this card is very, very similar to Chase Sapphire Reserve. The big difference being that this card has a significantly lower annual fee, and then when it comes to the credits that are connected with this card, it can actually easily wipe out the entire annual fee with actually having this card. Another card to compare it to end up being the American Express Platinum card. Now, the American Express Platinum card does have a higher annual fee, coming in at $695. However, the American Express Platinum card has a bunch of credits to help offset that annual fee. Now, I'm not going to go over all the credits in this video. What I am going to go over are some of the key ones I think can easily be used and help significantly reduce the annual fee. And these credits end up being the Uber credit, that's going to be $200 in Uber Eats or Uber Rides. It's going to be the airline credit, that's going to be $200 in either airline incidentals or airline upgrades. And if you actually look into it a little bit, you can see how to use this also on airfare. And then the third ones end up being the digital entertainment credit, which is going to be $240. You're going to be able to use towards things like ESPN Plus or Disney Plus or Audible. There's a bunch of services that are connected with it. I think that a lot of people end up subscribing to. So if you end up adding up just these 3 credits with the American Express Platinum card, you get yourself $640 in value, which will effectively make the annual fee only $55. Additionally, you get yourself Priority Pass access and then also access to the Centurion Lounge. So while the annual fee is actually higher with the American Express Platinum card, the credits that are connected with it can make it substantially lower. When you end up looking at the credits that are connected with the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, you do end up getting yourself that $300 travel credit, but even if you end up using that to the fullest, you still have a $250 annual fee effectively connected to that card. Now, say you happen to love Chase's transfer partners, and that's the reason why you happen to have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Well, I too happen to love Chase's transfer partners. I am a big fan of Hyatt, and I love staying at Hyatt hotels, which is why I actually love the Chase program. However, you don't actually have to have the Chase Sapphire Reserve to access Chase's transfer partners. You can also do it with the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Chase Sapphire Preferred only has a $95 annual fee and also actually has a $50 credit that you're going to get with the card towards using it towards hotels and when you end up booking it through Chase's travel portal. And the earning potential with the Chase Sapphire Preferred is honestly quite similar to the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, if you can end up using that hotel credit, you can significantly bring down your annual fee. Now, say you happen to also want to have Priority Pass access, which is the reason why you end up getting yourself the Chase Sapphire Reserved. Well, what you can end up doing is getting yourself the Chase Sapphire Preferred to access Chase's transfer partners. And also, if you want access to Priority Pass, you can get yourself something like the Hilton Pass card, which can end up giving you 10 passes to Priority Pass, which is usually more than enough for most people throughout the year. The Hilton Pass card has a $95 annual fee, so if you end up grabbing the annual fee of the Hilton Pass card and also of the Chase Sapphire Preferred card, you are still under $200, which end up making this a winning combination for a lot of people. Or you could combine the Chase Sapphire Preferred card with the Venture X card, get incredibly similar benefits, and still have a lower annual fee. Now, I don't want you to think that I completely hate the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. I actually think that this card can work for some people. If you were someone who's looking for just one card, you don't want to have all these different cards in your wallet, and you happen to not also be able to get approved for something like the Capital One Venture X card, which has actually happened to a lot of people, then the Chase Sapphire Reserve card can make a lot of sense. Because this card can end up giving you a good amount of points when it comes to its multipliers, and then also you end up getting yourself Priority Pass access and the transfer partners connected with Chase. However, if you were someone who's okay with having multiple credit cards, then honestly, I don't see how the Chase Sapphire Reserve can make a lot of sense in your wallet. If you happen to maybe be in the military where you end up getting your annual fees waived, that can make a lot of sense. But as a whole, I think that there are other cards out there that can end up making more sense. And I think that unless the Chase Sapphire Reserve improves itself, then I don't see it being as competitive moving into 2023. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Do you happen to have the card, or do you agree with the points that I made in this video? Drop down in the comment section down below. Also, if you happen to have any questions, drop those down in the comment section down below. I'll do the best I can to answer them. If you happen to really like this video, then please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and have a beautiful rest of your day. Peace.